All right, what's going on, people? I sure appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me again. I'm Antonio Johnson. If you like, just hit me up. Antonio Johnson at yahoo.com. Now, I wanted to tell this story about this king. You know, this king was so busy running his kingdom that he never had time to get a good lady in his life. So since he didn't get a good lady in his life, he realized, oh my gosh, I've been a king and I've been running my kingdom. Never took time to stop. Think about a lady. So no ladies, no babies, no heir. So he got really sad because he's older now. And he's like, man, how am I going to have an heir to my throne? So the king just decided, I tell you what, I'm going to have a contest for a king. So he sent the letter out. They started going all around, spreading the news that the king was looking for a king. Come to the castle right away. And so the word got around and everybody was going. He said it didn't make a difference who you were, girl, guy, young, old. He didn't care. He wanted to have an heir to the throne. And so everybody came. I mean, from all over the kingdom. They came from all walks of life. So many people. I mean, it looked crazy out there. You know, it looked like the new iPhone 7 was coming out. It was going to be the last one they were ever making, right outside of an Apple store. Packed. There was a young boy, though. This really young boy. He was like, I think I'll just go and see, you know. He got there and he saw all those people. He was like, oh my God, look at all these people. There's no way in the world I could be the king. It's just not going to happen. And he was like, well, you know what? I'm going to just leave. So he was about to leave. And right while he was leaving, the horns and the trumpets began to blow. And then the king shows up. And the king says, all right, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. I am about to crown someone a king. I need an heir for my throne. So I've got a contest. And here's the contest. He said, I've got some seeds. I'm going to give you these seeds. And the person who can grow these seeds to be the greatest ever in 6 months, that is the person that's going to be the king. All right. So he handed out all the seeds to everybody. Everybody was super, super excited. The little boy was like, okay, I could do that. So he took his seed. He went home. He planted his seed. 1 month passed by. He watered it. He looked at it. He watered it. Nothing happened. 2 months passed by. He watered it. He looked at it. Nothing happened. 3 months passed by. He watered it. Looked at it. Nothing happened. 4 months passed by. He watered it. Moved it around. Did everything he knew in his eyes. Nothing happened. 5 months passed by. He was doing everything. He was calling people. He was like, man, how do you get these things to grow? And that 6 month came and he was still looking at that pot. It got all the best soil in the world that he could find. He was still looking at that pot and just nothing was there. So he was getting all sad and he's like, man, I'm not going to be able to do anything. So the little boy's mom comes and sees him say, hey, what are you doing? I said, today is the big day. See who's going to get crowned the king. He's like, yeah, Mom, but my pot, there's nothing there. I'm not, I don't have a chance in winning. His mom was like, look, you've come this far. You might as well go a little bit further. He was like, but no, Mom, there's nothing there. I mean, what good is that? She's like, just go ahead and see it through, son. Just go ahead and see it through. So he went ahead and took his little pot with him. He got up to the castle. This was the big day. It was about to go down. And the king was about to crown a king. And so when the little boy walks up, he sees trees everywhere, pots with trees sticking out, looked like a forest. And he was like, oh my goodness, I look so terrible right now. Oh man. Whew. Let me remember what my mama said. Just go anyway. So he sucked it up, went with what his mom said, got in line. And all of a sudden, the horns blow again, and the king comes out. All right. This is the big day. One of you will become the king. And I'm so excited about this. So tells everybody to line up, and everybody lines up, and they do. And he walks around and he walks up and down. You see all these trees. And then the king walks by the little boy, and the little boy is thinking, oh my God, man, I knew it, but it's okay. So he walks on around, and next thing you know, about a couple minutes later, a hand lands on his shoulder. He turns around, and it's the king, and he looks up, and he's like, oh my God, the king. And so the king looks at the boy, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, I have found my king. This is the king, because the seeds that I gave out 6 months ago, I boiled all of them, so none of them were actually going to grow. So the fact that he was the only person who still came without a tree growing in his pot lets me know one thing. Not only is he honest, but he's also a fighter. And he won't quit. So, ladies and gentlemen, this little boy is now my new king. And the boy was so excited and so shocked. The point of that is this. Listen, when you got a goal in mind, right, and you want to do something, if it's important to you, you're going to do it anyway. You're going to see it out to the end. Like, if you want to find out whether it was worth it, at least finish it. You have nothing to lose. So I'm saying to you, when you set yourself out to do something great, when you don't see results, keep pushing. Don't give up. Continue. Don't quit. Because you know what? You might be the person who becomes the next king. It takes courage. It takes fight to keep pressing when you don't see the results that you thought you were expecting. Y'all take it easy. All right? Like I said, don't quit.